Hi, everyone. We are back with Midwest Chicana. I'm Deanna Munoz, and I am the founder and CEO of Latino Arts Foundation and the founder of the Midwest Chicana podcast. And I have an amazing, amazing guest today. First, let me start out. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And I have a phenomenal guest that I hope that everybody in Kansas City can hear her story. Nathalie Huerta. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. This is going to be fun.
It will. I know. I just saw your story on the Hispanic Foundation just recently and happened to catch a little bit of it. And I was just in awe of the work you've done for the last 10 years around the queer gym, which in itself is like, congrats to you for doing this for so many people.
Thank you. I just assumed I couldn't be the only queer having a shitty gym experience out here. So I was like, we're on to something.
Hey, that's the way it gets started, right? One person has to be like, we're changing this crap up, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So tell us who you are, what you do. Let's introduce you to Kansas City.
What's up, Kansas City?
Have you been here before?
I have not been to Kansas City, man. I'm sleeping.
Did you know that Latinos lived in like Kansas City, like Chicanos were in Kansas City?
No, it's not a place where I was like, oh yeah, that's a hot spot.
I was hoping you'd say something different, but that's been the norm around here. So.
Yeah.
But now you know.
How did we get there? Like, how did that happen?
It's a long story, and it's something I actually had to learn as well, which is kind of funny. But railroads, people came this way to work on railroads. That was one of the stories that I heard. Argentine, Kansas was definitely a spot. But yeah, I had the same questions from my own family as to why we didn't stop in Texas or California, but we ended up in Kansas City.
Yeah. You're like, yay. Wow. Okay. Well, my name is Nathalie. I'm originally from Southern California. I ended up in the Bay Area because I ended up here for college. But, I'm the 8th out of 10 kids in my family. That's hella kids.
It is.
My parents migrated here from Mexico. They did the whole grind up, ended up with their own business for 35 years.
Wow.
And I kind of got a cool front row seat to their hustle and kind of what that American dream is all about. Mm-hmm. And it turned out all right.
Did you always think you were going to own a business?
No, I didn't really think of that until a book. I read a fucking book. Believe it.
Can you tell us what that was?
Yeah. I read the Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
And I was like, hold up. And after that, I was like, there's no turning back. I was like,
yeah,
do my own shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I knew that at that point I had been a trainer. I'd also been up the corporate ladder in corporate gyms. And I was like, man, this is booty. I just thought I could do it better and gayer.
Yeah.
The gay idea, the queer gym idea that came from my own experience at the gym, which was interesting because I grew up as an athlete and I was feminine presenting. I had my quinceañera, my long hair, the whole thing. And, at that point I just had the same shitty gym experience, women having gyms. And then as I started to look gayer, because I started to get more comfortable in my sexuality, that's when the gyms got weird. That's when I started to notice people misgendering me and the bathroom being such a fucking big deal. Men or women's bathrooms, I don't identify as a man. I don't want to go in there, but then I felt uncomfortable going to the women's one. If I was working out with my girlfriend, it'd always be he was trying to hit up on us. Mm-hmm. And I was just I just couldn't concentrate. Going to the gym already takes a certain level of motivation and discipline. And then to sit there and be just having all these little micro moments in your workout, just fuck it. Just give me a pizza.
Exactly. Don't ever come back.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. And so that was kind of the first plant of And, as I decided to go into business, my second semester of my master's program.
Wow.
I started the gym, which I think had I known how crazy that is, I would have been like, hadn't I done it, but I had no idea that that was a stupid, like, ballsy, like, yeah, go full time into your master's and start a business and try to do yourself by yourself in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Is that because it's in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah,
The gym.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So the gym is obviously we were born and raised here in the Bay,
Mm-hmm.
but now with COVID, we were actually had launched online a couple months before COVID. So when this thing hit, we were like, all right, I guess now instead of 50% of the business is online,
Yeah.
we're all doing it online.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of been where we're up to right now.
Yeah.
Um,
And you've been doing this for 10 years. Like this is, I mean, it was amazing to me, but again, I'm in the Midwest. So if I just didn't headed this way, but when I heard that, I was like, why hasn't anyone thought of that before? You know what I mean? Like, wow, you've been having this for 10 years and it's not spread out farther to like
yeah.
other places.
Yeah, and that's even something that, like, it took me a while to, like, accept it. So I was like, no, like, I can't be a genius. Like, someone has thought about this. Come on, like, there's been great people before me. Like, something.
You're
It took
right.
me a while. Ended up, like, hiring 2 different marketing firms to, like, please don't let me look like an asshole. Like, really go look and see if there's something out there. And we found, of course, like, regular gyms, like, corporate gyms in, like, gay neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Or gyms that were owned by gay people but weren't marketed as a gay space.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, I like to say, like, we're the only gym that's out about being hella gay.
Yeah.
Like, we're gay owned, and we're specifically marketing towards the gay community.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like,
phenomenal.
Usually it's like it's a straight thing, and then, like, we kind of cater to queers, and this is like, no, like, we're hella gay.
Yes.
And we kind of cater to everyone else.
And that's the way it should be. I mean, that's like, others own their thing and then they put others underneath. And it's like, why are you not owning this space?
Yeah.
You should. And it's, especially for like the younger kids, we work with some LGBTQ youth in our foundation, and just for them to know that they can go to a space to be healthy and to do their fitness in a safe environment it's phenomenal.
Yeah. Growing up, when I say growing up, I'm still growing up, but, like, I was always like, I love clubs, parties. Like, I was that fucking club queer,
Mm-hmm.
But I also have seen a lot of friends never fucking outgrow that stage.
Mm.
They're like, yo, we're about to be 40, like, a couple years. Like, you're going to do the club. Like, you better have your shit together and not be messy. And, like,
Yeah.
And it's because maybe other people didn't have that outlet like I did in terms of, like, the gym or, like, working out, that kind of thing. But that's important for the youth because, when I was coming out and growing up, it was like the clubs. That's where you go, and, like, the clubs, the parties, and then the nightlife, and that's pretty much all you really got. And so that was another part of it that for me, I was like, we need to, like, grow the fuck up and, like, move beyond that part. Like, let's do this in a healthy, and, like, a gym's pretty much like a nightclub. Like, there's beers, there's music, there's lights, like, cheeky.
Like, it's everything.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. You're just not getting fucked up. You're just getting, like, fucked up as your coach is kicking your ass.
Exactly. And you're getting healthy, right? Motivation. Do you guys do anything online with the COVID, or are you planning on doing anything online to where it can stretch out to people like here in Kansas City?
Oh, yeah. Dude, this is awesome. This whole situation, like, with the internet, I mean, it was always there. I just didn't see this before because I wasn't in this situation.
We didn't.
Right. So, but no, what's been really cool is that since we've been in quarantine, because of the internet, we've essentially, like, doubled our size.
Wow.
In quarantine, and we're, like, en route to do it again in the next couple of weeks. And it's just been like, duh, Nat, with the internet, like, you don't have to, like, no offense to Alabama or something, but, like, I don't want to open a queer gym in Alabama. Like,
right.
I don't trust y'all. Y'all crazy.
But hey, it's all about the truth here. That's for sure. You ain't putting nobody in a hot spot down there. Right. So,
but, like, at the same time, that's probably the place that needs it the most.
Yeah, I
right?
totally agree. Yeah, absolutely. And
And
that's the way it is
so,
in Kansas City. Same way, I would see that this would be such a necessity and something that was needed. After I heard your story, I was like, why do we not have something like that here?
yeah, that's kind of the next. This whole thing has been very organic. Like on paper, it looks like I plan to like get my undergrad degree in sports medicine and then my master's in business and then open a career gym. Like it looks like it just fuck. I got lucky. Like that never
Yeah.
happens, right? Like that never happens. Um, but it hasn't been a planned out thing. It's been more of like, what do the members want?
Mhm.
My spidey sense. Like it's
Yeah.
been that type of feel the whole time. And what's coming up next for us is like, I guess kind of like the way people kind of ascend in our world. Like most people start off as a client and then they go through the transformation. And at some point I'm like, hey, you make a great coach. So we invite them to come on as coaches. And so all of our coaches have been through the process. Like that also makes it a really unique dynamic.
Yeah.
But then the next thing for the coaches is them learning like how to make a living out of being a coach. And so that feels very natural for me, like as the next kind of opportunity that I can bring to the community. It's like happy, healthy, and
Yes.
while we're at it, wealthy. Like here's the way
Yes.
you can do this sustainably for you and your family, and like love what you do and make an impact. And like that's pretty much what I'm blessed to be doing right now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, okay, cool. Like, guess what? There's hella queers. I don't want to do all the work. Like, let's all like form an army and like do this thing.
And I love that because you are embracing that's the first thing I heard after, your amazing story is that you do want this to stretch. You do want this to go other places. And usually don't hear that from people. I mean, normally. And that was just like so impactful because you do want to give people that opportunity to do something what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of work, so I could use some help. When that
um,
work, there's a lot of opportunity too. So
Absolutely. Where can people get in touch with you, or do you do that? I mean, like email if people have questions, or
yeah.
even are thinking about maybe this is such a great idea. How would I connect with you?
Yeah, usually the way we start off with folks is we're not a gym where like anybody can come in whenever. We like
Mhm.
have like certain windows of times where we invite people in. Um, that's why we don't sell like our memberships online. So in order to get into the gym, you're part of this little like challenge group of like 20 people.
Okay.
So like I know it's annoying to like, oh, we don't just you can't just log on our website and buy shit. It's also annoying for me to, like it's also annoying for me to have to talk to every fucking person, But at the same
I'm,
time,
I'm
that's why
kind of loving this.
yeah, like at the same time, like that's why our community is so lit, like because
Yeah.
all these humans in there are like fucking awesome unicorns. Um,
Yeah.
but we do like meet with everybody. We pick 20. You start your challenge. After the challenge ends, you decide if you want to keep rocking with just the classes or if you want to keep the classes and working with your coach. And that's kind of like the way. So it's like we don't U-Haul it. Like you gotta like there's a process that so far has been working out pretty good for folks. Um, but yeah, Instagram, the internet,
And,
all the places.
okay. Yeah. So that way they can at least get in touch because so if they are here in Kansas City, they can at least reach out to you and figure out like ways that they could connect with you in some way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. What's for the future, Natalie?
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. So we're gonna take over. I mean, I don't know. Right now, like, like the motivation for my team is like with everything that's going on in the world. Like, we're like, okay, y'all, our role in this is to like keep these fucking soldiers like strong and healthy and like ready to like go out there and like make this revolution happen. And so like we're all very like inspired by that. Um, but for us, what we're focused right now is on like continuing to do this better online and more. I don't want to do more. I just want to do it better.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Like we have a goal of getting to like 300 clients.
Mm,
I think we'll be able to do that in the next couple of weeks. And
okay.
then from there, like I need to get better at like stopping to smell the roses and be like, more than like, yay, high five, and then move on to the next goal, like stop, like maybe take myself to a nice dinner or something. I don't know what people do when they do that, but
Hey,
something.
I totally understand that because I'm kind of in that same situation right now where it's like, yeah, I got it. Okay, on to the next one. And it's like you don't relish in the amazing stuff that just happened or figure out how to expand it. So yeah, I totally get you on that.
Yeah, this is just like, and my wife is good at reminding me. She'll be like,
That's good.
or even my son. My son's like, I don't get it. Can't you just take a break?
That happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, kids are
Yeah.
the best. I feel like I have 4, and they're constantly like, "Mom, yeah, let's just sit down and watch TV for a second, or get out and do something."
Yeah. I know. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. All right. You got a point. You got a point.
So, is there anything, Natalie, that you want to tell the viewers in Kansas City? I'm going to post this on Instagram as well, on Twitter, and our YouTube channel, so that way we can get some more visibility about who you are and what you do, and the amazing work that you've been doing, and the availability of a queer gym is just phenomenal. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over. But is there anything you'd like to tell our viewers here in Kansas City?
Definitely come check us out. I know there's a lot of like options and things out there right now, but like there's nothing like this, and of course I'm gonna tell you it's amazing, but like it really is. So I hope you believe me. Um, and I'm also like interested in trying to like get our story out and like what we're doing. So if anybody out there has opportunities for us to share our story
Yes.
to their audience and get the word out, that's also super awesome. And that's it.
I love that you're willing to tell your story, because there's other platforms like here in Kansas City and beyond that I know of that would definitely love to hear what you do and share that even farther. Because like I was just a chance that I ended up hearing your story. My friend was actually reading his poetry and I was just waiting. And then I was like, what is this? And I showed my kids and they were like, like, yes, like what, why is that not happening here? Like right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. I want to hear about you. You said your daughter was on watching?
Yes, and it was just they were just blown away because it's like I guess you get thought about, you know, you're thought about, and I think as a 16-year-old, sometimes you forget that people do think about you and what you're going through sometimes. And I feel like maybe here in the Midwest, maybe it's a little bit different. I've been to California, visited, my family lives out there, but I've never lived there. And when I talk to other Chicanos out there, it's very different when they come here to Kansas City, because it's like, what happened? It's you're with others that are like you, do things like you, and then you come out here and it's just different. And so I feel like, it's just one of those things that when you see something like this, it's like you're seen, So I was crying afterwards, and then they're like, the heck, like it's just cool.
Getting the feels, huh?
Yeah, but as a mom, it's just and then we work with many youth and LGBTQ and not, and it's just just being able to have someone know that you're out there and you need something, and they actually did it. It was just meant to be, to hear your story, I feel, and I'm just very grateful for what you do.
Yeah, I'm glad we got a chance to connect. Like, who would have thought?
I know, right? Things have just been happening that way with me lately, and I'm like, I'm just gonna reach out and be like, hey, you want to come on? I know you're probably like, why?
No, this is great for me, because one of the things I've been working on is, I don't know, maybe like this is like a Latina thing or whatever, but like I'm grinding. Like I ain't got time to like go tell my story and go make my brand. Like I got bills to pay. Like we got payroll, like this shit, And my sisters who are in the PR world, they're always like, Nat, you need to believe your hype. Like you need to give yourself, like you're this, and you're like, you don't even, like, you got to level up. And I'm just like, I understand what the fuck's the big deal. You're supposed to get up every day and not suck at life. Like, what's the big deal? Why is this so special? Like,
yeah.
What are we interviewing about? Not like that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. And I totally get them. And people have told me some of the same logic, but and you're right. It is a Latino thing, I think, because we're like always made to be humble, and you do your work, and that's what you do, right? You make money, provide with your family, and you don't brag about it, which is what it feels like sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, Natalie, your personality is what got me right away. And I was like, oh, okay, I love her spirit. I love her passion. This is why she's doing what she's doing and is doing amazing. Has been doing it for 10 years. And that's why, and then when you accepted, you know, we've been kind of working on times and you've just been so nice and like genuine. It's just like, Nathalie, you do need to go out there and tell your story because I think there's going to be so many people that connect with you for sure.
Oh man, my personality is like my asset and my liability. my poor sisters are like, okay, bitch, we're gonna PR train you, like you can't stop, and da da da. And my mom's always like, te van a entrevistar, no digas fuck, you know. And but what ends up happening is always like the headline or the name of the title ends up being something ratchet. I said like, mom,
yeah,
vomit, and they're just like, you do this to us every time. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I just want to have fun. I don't give a shit. I just want to have fun.
And that's the thing, you know, and that's why I always tell my kids, like, do what you want to do because that's the only way you're going to have fun with it. Don't ever settle for anything less. And you're showing it right now. So I'm just so grateful that you came on here. You showed Kansas City, you know, what you're doing. You're out there. We'll spread your name around here and what you're doing around here. Hopefully you'll get some people from Kansas City contacting you. But I'm just grateful for you. I'm grateful for your story, and I'm grateful that you wanted to share it with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much. See what I mean? And you're like, oh, humble. Thank you. I don't know.
You're like, stop.
So yeah, I gotta work on the, I don't know, we say thank you. And
I can't even start my podcast anymore because I'm just like, I'm Deanna Munoz. I'm like, oh my God, nobody cares. Like, I totally feel you on that. Yeah, I know. We need to have like a therapy group or something with that, you know, like you got to hype yourselves up. Like that's what we need, Latinos to hype themselves up. It's we probably be a lot more.
Just earlier today, somebody signed up and they're like, yeah, I saw your Instagram live. And like Instagram live was the worst because like 4 people or like none. And you're like, yeah, how like talking in the air, you know?
Right.
And then somebody today was like, yeah, like I was listening to your Instagram live and da da da. And like that's what like got me the call. And I was like, okay, internet. Wow.
See, it can do good things. I'm telling you. You just don't even know who's watching. That's the whole thing. You don't know who's watching, and you'll if you impact one, there'll be many more behind it for sure. So,
wild.
Yeah, it is. Well, I appreciate you so much, Nathalie, for taking this time with me. I'll be spreading your name and the amazing work you do. So I'll tag you on all of it. But reach out to Nathalie on Instagram for sure. DM her, like get in contact with her, and ask her about what she's doing and be a part of it. I appreciate you, Nathalie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.